Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Tuesday, December 9th, 2025 edition of Douglas Now Live. I am Robert Preston Jr. here in the Douglas Now Live studios on West Walker Street in Douglas. We're a little bit early today and also a little bit more casual than we usually are here on our first edition of the week. We've got a couple things to do this morning, and I did not want to miss the time that we spend together. And I know that everyone would love to see my face and hear my voice this early in the morning. So it's going to be a good day for everybody who is streaming this morning. A couple of things I want to get to real quickly. First of all, and we have discussed this and we will discuss it again, this Friday night is the 61st annual Festival of Lights Christmas Parade. The theme is holiday movie magic. It starts at 7 p.m. again on this Friday night in downtown Douglas. There is still time to get a float in the parade if you would like to do so. And I'm going to repost the story here in a few minutes that we ran a couple of weeks ago that has a link, an online link that you can register. If you have any questions, there's also information in that, in that story there to contact the Chamber of Commerce, and they can guide you in the right direction. But it is not too late, still not too late to put a float in the parade. If you can build it between now and Friday, you can be in the parade. All right. And what makes the parade special, what makes the parade the unique event that it is in Douglas and Coffee County is the amount of participation that we have. So we need everybody, as many people as possible, schools, churches, civic groups, your neighborhood homeowners association, whatever organization you represent, your business, what have you. If you are so artistically inclined, please put a float in the parade. It's a fun time. The longer the parade, the more people enjoy it, and the more of a Christmas spirit that the Christmas vibe that it has. And holiday movie magic is a lot of fun. Now, last time we discussed holiday movie magic, we went over some of the greatest holiday movies that there are, and there was one. I was thinking about this morning. One that we left off, and this bears its own discussion. Most people, when they're trying to figure out Christmas movies, the big debate is, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? I think it is. But here's another one for you. Gremlins. Is Gremlins a Christmas movie? I think Gremlins is as well. Maybe that's a debate that we have between now and December the 25th, but just something to think about. Is Gremlins a Christmas movie? I would say, yes, it is. Interestingly enough, Lethal Weapon also takes place during Christmas. I would not consider Lethal Weapon a Christmas movie, but I would Die Hard, and I would Gremlins as well. But again, the parade, sponsored by the Douglas Coffee County Chamber of Commerce, 61st Annual Festival of Lights Christmas Parade, Friday, December 12th, 7 p.m. That is this coming Friday. Holiday movie magic is the theme. Register today. Again, I will post a story with a link in it. Of course, if you have any questions that are not addressed in any of the information that we put out, you can contact the Chamber of Commerce directly or go to their Facebook page and take a look there. A lot of what you will need to know is also on that page. Now, chronic wasting disease is already in South Georgia's deer herd. We've covered several stories about this or posted several stories about this. Chronic wasting disease has not yet made it to Coffee County. Now, this is not a deer that has been found with chronic wasting disease in South Georgia. Okay, this is just a generic stock photo that we use, but this is what a dead deer with chronic wasting disease looks like. It's been close to Coffee County for a while now, but last week the Department of Natural Resources reported that a deer with chronic wasting disease has been found in Atkinson County. The deer was collected for disease monitoring, those diseases being chronic wasting disease and episodic hemorrhagic disease, EHD. The deer was harvested in Atkinson County near the Berrien County line, approximately 14 miles away from the nearest previous chronic wasting disease positive deer location. In January of this year, Georgia confirmed the first test of chronic wasting disease in a hunter harvested deer, and this was at the Lanier Berrien County line. After they found this, the DNR initiated its chronic wasting disease response plan and established a chronic wasting disease management area. And that includes any county touching a 5-mile radius around each positive location that was found. With a preliminary positive chronic wasting disease sample detected, Atkinson County is now added to that chronic wasting disease management area. It includes Berrien, Lanier, and Lowndes counties. Again, Coffee County is not yet in that CMA, chronic wasting disease management area. But as we can see, it's moving its way north in our direction. The DNR encourages all hunters in the chronic wasting disease management area to take deer to sampling locations. Those samples are free, and they've been established throughout each management area. And there are now new ones in Atkinson County and in counties surrounding the management area. So according to this information, there would not be one in Coffee County yet, but we know a lot of Coffee County hunters go into Atkinson County as well. So, if you're down there and you want to know if a deer that you took is suspicious, then you can take it to one of these areas. Now, what's interesting about chronic wasting disease is it does not appear to be transmitted to humans, or there has been no human transmission yet. And it's a bigger problem out west in the Midwest than it is here. But the DNR has been watching chronic wasting disease closely for the last couple of years, and the fear is that it would arrive in South Georgia, and it's been here now, confirmed, for almost a year. What does this mean in the grand scheme of things? If you're a hunter, it doesn't really mean very much. If you kill a deer that looks like it's sick, it looks like it's malnourished, it looks like it has some problems, get it to some folks who would know about it, or contact the DNR, see if you can get it to one of these chronic wasting disease testing areas and find out if in fact it does have chronic wasting disease. Now, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really affect hunting season. It should not affect how hunters enjoy the outdoors and how you pursue your deer. Again, there has never been a confirmed case of chronic wasting disease being passed along from affected deer to humans. That was always the fear, that it might be something like mad cow disease, that can be passed on to humans with devastating effects. But that has not happened yet. However, research is still being done, and wildlife officials are still urging hunters to use caution and use discretion when you take a deer. If it looks sick, then take the appropriate steps to find out if in fact it does have chronic wasting disease, and then go from there. I think I would speak for most hunters. I enjoy deer meat. I hunt a little bit myself. If I killed a deer that looked sick, or I thought might have chronic wasting disease or some other illness, I would not eat it. And in fact, that has happened to me before. It was many, many years ago. I killed a deer late in the season. I took it to my processor, and he looked at it and he said, "Don't know what's wrong with this deer, but there's something wrong with it." It was a Coffee County deer, and I'm not saying it had chronic wasting disease, not at all. But he looked at it and he said, "If you want us to process it, we will, but I wouldn't eat that if I were you. There's something wrong with it." And I took his advice and did not, we did not process that deer. So again, the deer processor that you use, if you use one, a lot of people process their animals themselves, but if you use a processor, follow their advice. If they say something's wrong with it, it needs further testing, or they advise you against eating it, then again, take their advice. They see these things all the time, and I know the ones that I use, I trust. If they tell me not to eat something, I'm not going to eat it. So again, that's a part of the process, and a part of staying on top of this disease. But again, practically speaking, it doesn't get past, at least not yet, certainly not in South Georgia, but in the other locations it doesn't appear to be passed into, from deer to humans, but it can have devastating effects on the deer herd. And we want a healthy deer herd. We want a healthy deer population. Certainly hunters and outdoorsmen want to continue to enjoy the woods and enjoy the activities and hobbies that they pursue. So it's important that we stay on this and track the spread of the disease and try to treat it and control it as best as we can. Chronic wasting disease, again, first deer found in Lanier County, I believe, spread to Berrien County, and now in Atkinson County. So as this story develops, we will let you know. Football postseason awards. Anthony Paulk here, defensive back with the Charleston Southern Buccaneers, was named conference defensive freshman of the year. Anthony is a redshirt freshman at Charleston Southern. A Coffee High teammate, Jade Hancock, also patrols the secondary with him. But Anthony is actually a redshirt freshman. He tore his ACL last year and missed the entire season, and took the time to get ready and rehab his leg and rehab his knee and work and study and be prepared for this season. And I would say that it paid off quite well. He had a phenomenal year, a couple of blocked punts, interception, a number of tackles from the secondary position, or from the secondary, and really had a great season. So congratulations to Anthony. Congratulations to all of our college football players. And I'm not going to start naming them, because if I do, I will miss a few, and I don't want that to happen. But we have followed several college football players all the way through this season. We've got one more still playing, Maurice Turner with Tulane. Tulane defeated North Texas on Friday night, won its conference championship, and earned a berth in the college football playoff. Tulane will face Ole Miss in the first round of the college football playoff here next week. And in doing so, Turner will be the second Coffee Trojan to play in the college football playoff. The first was Maverick Morris. He played when he was at Clemson, and actually was on that, I believe it was a 2015 or 2016 national championship team with Clemson that beat Alabama. So we have had now, or we will have, two Trojans who will be on the field during a college football playoff game. So again, congratulations to Maurice, to Maurice Turner and Tulane. In terms of our high school teams, the Trojans, of course, and the CCA Patriots, the all-region teams and all-state teams are being released. We have several Trojans who made all-region first and second team. We've had several Patriots who've made all-region and all-state, and we're in the process of compiling those names, and we will have stories hopefully later today announcing the names of those kids who have been honored. Look, there's, particularly when you're dealing with GHSA stuff, there are several different all region and all state lists, and there'll be 3 or 4 released between now and the end of the season, which is about a week and a half away. So we will update those as soon as we get them. But at least one list has been released, and we're going to take the names of the Trojans out of all the schools there that are represented, and get them out there here with some statistics, hopefully later today. And as far as CCA goes, they got a lot of kids on the all-state and all-region teams as well. So we'll have those. So congratulations to our football players, to our football teams, and of course, one still playing, Maurice Turner. He's had a little bit of an injury bug this year. We hope that he can take the extra time. He did not play in the North Texas game, so maybe, the week that he recovered going into North Texas, plus the extra time that he's got here between now and the first round game, that he will be able to recover and get on the field and get in on the action. So again, we've been following Maurice all year long. He's a redshirt junior, so he does have one more year if he decides to play for another season, and we hope that he will. Maurice is a good player, and he has shown when he's healthy he can really do some good things. Just hasn't worked out from a health standpoint last year or this year the way that he would like to, but he's a dynamic player. He's a starter, and he can do some good things with the ball in his hands, and has shown that at Louisville and at Tulane. But hopefully he'll be able to get over his injuries and finish his career on a high note. I want to take a look at our tower cam. Still a little bit early. Is today the day that we finally get to see some sunshine? We have not had any sun in Douglas and Coffee County for a very long time. Last night I went outside late. There was not a cloud in the sky, which is one of the reasons why it's so cold this morning. And I thought, we're going to finally see some sun. Then I went out this morning. There was a little bit of cloud cover out. Of course, the sun hasn't broken through. And we've yet to see what the day holds. But goodness, I hope we get to see some sun. I felt like we were in London for the last week or so. I'm thinking, didn't we fight a war nearly 250 years ago to get away from this mess? And now we've got their weather. It's been miserable. Those ugly, cold, late fall, winter days here that we can have where it's just raining, and it's not raining hard, just that aggravating, nagging, alternating between drizzle and mist. It's cold, it's gray, it's just nasty. Nasty. Those are not the days that we want to have, particularly in the run up to the holidays. So let's get this bad weather out of the way, and I can deal with the cold. All right. Don't want it to be dreary and rainy and all that. You can't get outside. You can't do anything. It's not a lot of fun. So our tower cam looking back east here towards Douglas. Maybe we get to see some sunshine today. Maybe we will. Those are our top stories here in Douglas and Coffee County for Tuesday, December the 9th, 2025. I want to thank everyone for watching us early today. Again, a couple of hours earlier than we usually meet. I wanted to make sure that we had our time together today, and I thought everyone would enjoy seeing me first thing in the morning. Thank you guys for hanging in there with us. We appreciate it. If anything breaks between now and Thursday, we'll be here. If not, we will see you then. Y'all have a good one.